see. It is recording. Okay, we can introduce ourselves. Hello, I'm Melissa Castro.
Hi, I'm Amelia Schneider.
I am Paola Javier.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Castillo.
I'm Jenychard Georges.
Hi, Amelia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You did message me that you did have a question for me today.
Yeah, I've just kind of been thinking about if I need therapy, and I wanted to ask, do you go to therapy?
Okay. Well, thank you for asking that. And thank you for the honesty about everything. It seems like you have been thinking about this for a while and just reflecting how you've been feeling with therapy. I'm interested in what kind of started that thought for you. Are you noticing maybe that you're not progressing, or you just have like a general question about it?
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to see if everyone was doing therapy, if this is going to be beneficial for me.
Okay. I definitely am hearing that you kind of want to have some relatability, and it's normal when you start therapy that you want to see how it may benefit you and somebody else just to see kind of where you're standing with things. And I understand that completely. Um, I do in therapy try to not involve like myself. I try to have my focus on you and your goals so we can figure out what's the best thing for you. I did want to understand a little more if I was to say yes or no, whether I go to therapy, how would that make you feel?
I guess I just would feel good knowing that you've been through a similar process and it worked out well for you.
Okay, thank you for being so honest and sharing that with me. And it's completely understandable, when people start therapy, they want to see if, hey, can I relate and can you go through the same things as me? How has it been? Where should I go from here? And that's completely understandable. So I think what's best is for us to think, and I want you to think now, when you first came to therapy, you remember in the beginning, we kind of went with what is your goal in therapy? So, keeping that in mind, do you remember how you felt in the beginning and what you wanted out of therapy?
Yes, I felt very optimistic about the process and just want to overall have a better day to day, improve my happiness.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And yes, I'm hearing that you do want to find like more positivity in your day to day. And that is what we discussed in the beginning, and we made that our goal for therapy. Saying that, how do you feel from when you started therapy to now? How do you feel that has it changed for you at all?
Yeah, I feel like discussing my issues has helped definitely just kind of settle a lot of my thoughts.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And I am glad that you feel like it has changed for the better, right? And I do think that that's something good to point out. And I do want to reassure you that it's normal for at any point in process for when you come to therapy, somebody at some point question whether do other people go to therapy? Is this working for me? Should I continue? Right? So, because it's normal, that's why we would discuss it and talk about this if it's benefiting or not. It's not my place to sit here and tell you, hey, I don't think you should do therapy anymore, or you really should do therapy. I think we, need to sit and discuss like what changes has there been brought for you. I'm here to support you and your process and seeing if there's anything maybe we need to change in the way we go about treatment. So, would you be comfortable with kind of sitting down and going over how you've been feeling throughout therapy? And then we can make a plan for you to make a decision on what's best for you if you'd like to continue or not.
Yes, definitely. And that helped answer my question a lot.
Alrighty, thank you. Alrighty, open for feedback.
I think that was pretty good. I liked how you kind of steered her in like another direction completely, and like it kind of just took away from like her question and just focused on her. So that was pretty good in my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I also really liked how you gave her options at the end. I think that it just really shifted the whole topic in a sense, but for the better.
Okay, thank you. All right, whenever whoever's
think
ready, you can go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think it was really good that you were trying to like dive deeper into figuring out what her reason was specifically for asking you that question, not entirely dismissing it.
Thank you. Thank you all for the feedback.
All right.
Alrighty, Amelia, whenever you're ready.
Hi, Paola. How have you been doing?
Hi, Irma. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Glad to see you again. Before we get started, is there anything you've been thinking about, wanted to make sure we covered today?
Yeah, so lately I've been wondering if maybe you consume drugs to cope with your feelings. I don't know. Lately I've been wondering if therapists deal with the things other people would in the same way or not.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good question. And I appreciate you being open and asking me that. And I kind of just wanted to ask what brought you to this question.
Well, I've just been a bit curious. I've been dealing with depression lately, and I honestly don't know what to do. I don't know if maybe can smoking or something would help me cope with my feelings, but I know that it's not the healthiest decision. So I don't know. I'd like to know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that you are wondering if it is a healthy habit or not. It sounds like you're trying to see if this is the way other people control their emotions, especially a therapist, someone who is specialized in this way. So I like that you're thinking about if there is healthier ways. Would it matter to you if other people consume drugs to make them feel better?
Yes, just because I do care about what others think and what is normalized in society.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a fair point, and we all want to normalize our feelings and see what everyone else is doing. But I know you should feel better about, I know you should find outlets that make you feel better outside of drugs. Is there other things that make you feel good that help?
Yes, yes, I'm very artistic, so I like painting, but lately I've gotten into a routine of always painting, so I like to find other coping things to do.
That makes sense. And I'm really happy that you do have that outlet. And I think it's very right of you to ask me if other people cope that way. And I just want to let you know that it shouldn't affect you if I do or not. And it really, I want to focus on your journey in here, not what other people do. So, what about other people coping the same way makes you feel like you should do it?
Well, it would make me feel like they're all doing something similar, which
Mm-hmm.
is clearly working. So if that's helping them, then maybe there's a possibility that it may help me.
Okay, so you're seeing if it's working for other people so that hopefully you'll have a successful outcome of
Right.
feeling better.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes other sense. And maybe we could try other outlets that are less harmful to make you feel better. I
Mhm.
know you said painting has, so I think finding other ways is a good thing to try. And I really want to help you grow. So is there something new that you could try?
Well, I was hoping that you'd help me find something that I could do.
Of course, yeah. Instead of that, whenever we can try something, whenever you feel like you're super upset and you want to smoke to cope with it, before kind of pause and be like, maybe I should go for a walk. And it's not going to be the first thing that you do, but you could try to go for a walk and see how that makes you feel. And then if that doesn't work, then the next time you can say, okay, maybe I could go to the gym, and kind of just experimenting with new things to see what other outlets instead of painting and instead of smoking, because it sounds like it's not the healthiest way and you're looking for other outlets. So I want to be able to help you find that, and also keep note of how you feel when you try these other activities and when you want to smoke to cope. Write down how you feel so you can come back to me and we can discuss it. How does that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, great. Is there anything else?
That's it. Thank you so much.
Of course.
That was really good. I think like overall it was really good, but some like two things that I noted that I really liked is besides the fact that like you changed the conversation to mentioning like other things she likes to do, like the painting. That's a great way to kind of segue into coping mechanisms. Um, and I also like that you stated, like you told her we can try something, like
Mhm.
you're gonna be there with her because she was looking for that connection. So I think that was really good.
Thank you.
I think that it was really good for you to kind of include her in her own self-help process by asking her like, hey, is there any other outlets that you're interested in besides smoking? So I thought that was pretty good too.
Is
Thank you
it
guys.
possible for me to give a note to Paola, even though she's a client? I just wanted to say that it's actually like she asked a pretty good question at the end, like telling you that like she wanted her help, because it kind of just let us know like how to react to that. Like when somebody's like pushing you, like, hey, like this is on you. So I kind of liked the whole interaction with that at the end. But overall, I think you did pretty good too.
Thank you.
I also really liked how engaging you were. Like, I love that you asked so many questions. I've been to therapy before, but it was always the therapist speaking, and I was just kind of listening.
Mhm.
So I really like that you kept me engaged in the conversation and just like kept me thinking all the most of the time.
Thank you guys. I was really nervous and didn't think I did good.
I think you did great.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Caitlin. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Nice. Well, I'm really glad to see you again. I know that last time I saw you, we spoke about a couple of challenges that you were facing with your boyfriend. And I was wondering if maybe you wanted to continue the conversation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've spoken to a few of my friends and I'm still kind of angry that he cheated on me and stuff, but I guess I'm just trying to understand how other people deal with this, just because my friends have given me like their different opinions and stuff. And like I don't know, like I'm angry, but I just don't know what my reaction would be for this. Like, have you ever gotten cheated on? Like, what would you do? Like, I feel like knowing what you would do would just kind of like it might help me like figure out what to do next.
Oh, well, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. You didn't mention last time that you got cheated on, and I know that being cheated on is extremely painful. And I can tell how deeply affected you are by this. So your feelings are totally validated. I think that you're in the right to feel however you are feeling at the moment. And when you ask what I would do if my partner cheated on me, I think that totally shifts the whole purpose of our counseling session just because it was shifted onto my own experiences, which would not align with your own experiences. So I'm wondering if you're hoping to feel less alone on your reaction, or if maybe you're looking for some kind of guidance on how to move forward.
I guess I'm just looking for guidance, like you said, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like you're more rational than my friends, to be honest. I mean, you are my therapist. I feel like you have your life together a little more than my friends do, just because, they're over here spray painting their boyfriend's cars and stuff, and I genuinely, I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, at first, but thank you. Thank you for trusting me. I'm obviously here to help you and to help your healing journey. Um, your friends may not have the same ideas on how to heal as you, and that's totally okay. But I'd like to focus on how you're feeling right now and what you think is best at the moment. I'd like to know if you've spoken to your boyfriend, because I'm assuming that you're still dating him, correct?
Yeah, so far, but I have not spoken to him. I'm pissed. I'm livid.
Okay, and do you think that maybe giving yourself some time to process your emotions and not taking action upon how you're feeling at the moment because maybe it won't be the most ideal thing to do would be best? So
I
let me
mean,
just
I guess. I
your
mean, what do you
emotion.
recommend I do in the meantime? I mean, he's calling me right now. Like, I have no clue what to do.
Okay, so what I think would personally be best at the moment is to focus on how you're feeling. Um, you're obviously upset, and I think that it would be best for you to take some time for yourself. I think that communication is also very important. So let him know, hey, I'm not feeling my best at the moment. I am pretty angry. Just give me some time, process your emotions. And then after you're feeling much calmer, then maybe have a proper conversation with him. And if maybe ending things is for the best, then let it be. But then after you've processed your emotions and after the anger has passed, I think you'll have more clarity as to how to deal with the situation.
I think you're right. I think I will take some time and think before I act.
Perfect. I know that obviously betrayal is very painful, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but I'm always here for you, and this is your safe space. And thank you so much for trusting me.
Thank you so much for your advice.
Of course. Okay, that's it.
A1 acting, Caitlin. Let's start there.
Bye.
That was really good because I feel like it was like a high energy interaction. So like you had to, and Paola, you're a natural. I
Oh
think
my
you did
God.
everything like really good and you like took your time talking her through it.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you validated her feelings multiple times and kind of brought her back to, regardless of whatever's going on around you, what are you feeling? So you both did awesome. That was really good.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, Caitlin, you're a very funny client. And then Paola, I think you did a really good job of like acknowledging her question and not putting your own personal like history into it. You're kind of like, oh, like that experience was probably or is really hard. So you were like saying that it is a very bad human experience, but not sharing yours. So it made her feel supported without pushing your past on her.
Right.
I liked a lot.
Thank you.
I definitely agree, Caitlin. I feel like you were really authentic at playing the client. And Paola, I really liked how you took the time to address her concerns and like diffuse the high stress, situation with a client who's probably very anxious or upset about the whole situation. So I think you both did really great.
Thank you. Yeah, Caitlin, you did amazing.
Oh God. We're switching roles now, so now I'm nervous.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Jenny. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for seeing me today. So, is there anything you wanted to talk to me since our last session?
I know since like our last session, we kind of talked about how, in the beginning, I felt like therapy really wasn't the right thing for me. I felt like it wasn't the right fit, like I wasn't getting anywhere. But, like over time, having these one-on-one sessions with you in the past couple of months or so, I feel like overall I've been doing a lot better. Um, like my relationship has gotten better, my personal life has gotten better, my familiar relationships have really gotten better. So I feel like I want to thank you for being there for me in my time of need. I really consider you like a close friend of mine. So I feel like, maybe we can start meeting outside of these sessions. Like we can grab like some coffee sometimes, or we can just hang out as friends, like I feel like you've really been there in my time of need, and I feel like I really consider you a friend.
Okay, Jenny, so thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm really glad that your relationships are doing much better, and I really appreciate you sharing that with me. And I'm glad that you feel our sessions have created a safe and supportive place for you. And it means a lot to me that you feel connected. At the same time, part of what makes our relationship effective for you and the therapy, what I believe, is having a little bit just of a clear boundary. So again, I'm glad that you have this connection with me, but I feel like we just it would be better if we just focused on you and what is right for you. So maybe we can talk more about what those needs feel like for you. Sound like connection and friendship seems really important to you right now. So maybe we can explore ways that you can build supportive relationships outside of therapy too. How does that sound to you?
I think that sounds like a really good idea. I just feel like, I've been working on my personal relationships a lot, and I feel like even though they've been getting better, I feel like you understand me on a much more different level than they ever would. Like, I feel like the things that we talk about in our sessions, I can't necessarily always bring up to them. Maybe I feel like they might judge me or they might not really understand where I'm coming from. I just feel, a lot more comfortable around you. I feel like it'd just be really nice to hang out and friends. Like, in fact, I have like a party coming up soon. Like, I'd really want you to come with me, like as a friend.
I completely understand where you're coming from, and I completely understand like how you're feeling right now, but I can't necessarily go to a party with you. Again, there are those boundaries, and I feel like you mentioned being able to tell me things that you aren't able to tell them, and I feel like that has to do a little bit with like the roles that we have. So maybe you're more comfortable talking to me because I'm not in that role as like your friend or your family member. So maybe that's why you're a little more comfortable telling me these things. And again, I am really glad that you're telling me this. So maybe that sense of, like having a boundary might like, stir up some feelings, but I'm not saying no because I don't want to connect with you. It's just about keeping that kind of the connection that actually would help you the most. So maybe we can slow down a little bit and just talk about the feelings that are coming up right now and, you know, how you're feeling about me saying no to you in that sense, even though you see me as a friend.
I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from. I get that. I feel like maybe, I guess I'm worried that once our sessions, I won't really be getting the same kind of support from my family and friends as I've been getting from you.
Well, again, I just wanted to remind you. I mean, I did say it in our first sessions, but we can continue for as long as you feel that you need the support. And when you do feel the need to stop coming to therapy, or for whatever reason our therapy does come to a close, you will have like you will feel supported and you will feel like good about yourself. It's not going to be like a just like a stop, an abrupt stop of us talking to each other.
I, I completely understand. I feel like you've really been giving me a lot of support, and I would really like to continue our sessions.
I would like that too. Is that it? Are we good? Like, I don't know how to stop this. I don't know how to keep on going or stop it, so I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think you guys did good. I think especially that was like a hard topic too because it's something that you can emphasize, like empathize with, like where you start feeling connected to someone who listens to you, right? And I did like the way Jenny you kind of kept pushing it a little bit more so like you could get the convo going. And Caitlin, I did like that you mentioned how like because you're not in that role, that's why she doesn't feel like that. I think the boundaries thing you mentioned was good, but I think we have to kind of throw in a little bit of like before that, like a little bit of like, okay, I'm understanding what you're
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to
feeling.
move into that either. I was
Yeah,
like, the like
and
the yeah.
just to not make them feel like you're kind of like not saying you were, but like you're not trying to punish them
Yeah,
for
I didn't want her to feel rejected, and I also didn't want to
yeah,
sound too clinical. I wasn't sure what like words to
yeah.
use in that
But like
moment.
you did really good. I think that if there was any point that I would know was maybe the boundary thing, kind of maybe wording it into a way where it flows more into that conversation with Jenny. But
Yeah,
otherwise you both did really good.
I was hoping to get better the second time around that she asked again. I was like, okay, let me use roles instead of boundaries. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, it was like I like how Jenny, you kept pushing the question and kind of like trying to get more information on. I think Caitlin, you did handle it very well because she was like pushing back and you let her know, like felt let her assured her that by the end of it she would have the tools and she would feel supported. So you're gonna help her through the process so she doesn't feel like that at the end. And I think that was really good.
Okay, I really liked your approach, Caitlin. I just feel like maybe you could have questioned what about you made her feel like there could have been a potential friendship, and what comforts her about you. That way that she can work on that. And that could have been a different topic for the counseling session.
that's thank you for that. That's actually pretty good. Good note.
All right. So, hi Melissa. Since our last session, I just wanted to see how you've been doing. I wanted to kind of catch up on anything you've been feeling since our last session, anything that you wanted to let me know, anything that's been on your mind.
Jenny, yeah, so since our last session, I've had like a week in between to kind of think about all the things we talked about. And, how I was telling you, I was having a hard time with feeling connected in my religion, and kind of just having conflicting thoughts about everything. And as I was thinking over it last week, I just wondered, like, maybe what's your religion? Like, how does that make you feel? Do you feel like you belong more? Like, does it feel right with you, you know? Because I feel like I'm having these feelings maybe means like that I'm not in the right religion.
So, I wanted to say first, like, thank you for trusting me with those thoughts and feelings. I know trying to find our place in our religion is kind of something that everyone struggles with. I know you've mentioned wanting to have a sense of belonging and purpose within your religion, so I can kind of see how these questions might be important for you right now. Um, I'm always here to understand and empathize with your experiences and your beliefs, but I think it's kind of important that we maintain like the focus on your perspective. Can we talk a little bit about, where this question is coming from? What about my religion makes you feel like it might be helpful for you to know?
Thank you for noticing that I have been trying towards that and kind of just thinking about it. Um, I think really like I wanted to ask you so I can find maybe someone that I can connect with on the topic. Um, my biggest thing with religion, especially because it's something so like deep and personal, is that I want to feel part of something. And I was hoping maybe like if you had some insight on your experiences with your religion, I might find more comfort in that than what I'm currently practicing.
Of course. To me, that sounds like it makes a lot of sense that you're kind of searching for a deeper connection with something or someone, something that might give you like a sense of personal belonging, which I feel like it's a very personal journey, and I'm glad that you've chosen me to be on that journey with you. While I can't necessarily share my personal beliefs with you, it kind of sounds like that you're looking for some kind of guidance and reassurance when you ask about my religion. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think you worded that perfectly. I I just kind of like, even if we don't talk about your religion and how you feel in it, I just I kind of like don't know where to go. Like, how do I walk through this path and figure out if this is meant for me, or like basically what steps do I take to figure that out and, truly understand what's the next step for me.
So I mean we can start there. We can take it one step at a time. So I guess we can try to make a list of a few things that you care about deeply. What are some of the things that make you feel important in your faith? Um, I think if we compile a list of the things that make you feel important to you in your faith and we kind of explore those, then I can kind of be able to help you feel more connected to your faith and religion. Does that sound like some skills that you want to work on?
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to be able to sit and at least break it down. And hopefully I can find some connection there, and you can, if you're able and willing to help me figure this out.
Of course. I mean, we can always, start by figuring out some other ways for us to figure out, whether or not you feel more comfortable in your religion. We can kind of think about the important things to you in your faith. I mean, I'm always here to help you in that process. Um, I'm always here if you need to kind of delve deeper about your personal conflicts, whether it relates to how others have made you feel about your religion, or whether or not it's something that's deeply personal, or if it's something that's been pushed upon you. So, I mean, we can kind of explore those factors.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that sounds really nice. I would like to do that.
Open for feedback.
I was like, okay, we next.
That was a really hard topic, you guys. I had like that was really hard. I think I think your responses were pretty good, honestly. Like I wouldn't know how to respond to those either. Like she was very I feel like she was really clear about like what she was looking for, and I like that you even though you couldn't specifically like say anything about your religion, I like that you gave her the option of like, hey, like I can't do anything, like I can't say anything, but like I can still help you in other ways. So I liked that.
It's a good job, both of you. I think Jenny, you reassuring her was really good. Melissa, you pushing it and like telling her what you needed. And Jenny, you really tried to understand her and then guide her in a direction, which was very like helpful and proactive.
Yeah, I agree. I think, Jenny, the questions you made were extremely relevant. Um, and you were trying to dive in deeper, which is something that I really liked. And this is just a very difficult topic. So good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I think you handled that really well. Um, it is something that like I feel like I was able to like really dive deep into because it was something I dealt with like in the past when I was younger. I never talked to anybody about it, but it was something that like would happen. So I think you handled it perfectly because you kept bringing me back to, okay, but what are you looking for? Like, do you want help or like connection? What is it that you're looking for? So I think everyone did really good. Um, I was like, as we were going, if anyone else has anything else, you can also say. But I was thinking back on like my own session when I did, and I think something that would have definitely like helped out like towards the end when I was telling her, oh, like, we can break down and make a plan and see if this is best for you. I think it's really important that I would have mentioned you're doing the hardest part, which is coming to therapy and seeking that help. So you're already on like the right path. So I think if I would have put that in, I think it's really important to, especially because we don't know if they're hearing from the outside, like, why are you going to therapy? It's a waste of time or this or that. Like, it's good to kind of put that in there as some kind of like not just reassurance, but like confidence, like you're empowering yourself and you're advocating for yourself. I think that would have made it a bit more of a powerful interaction. I don't know if you guys else had like afterwards, if you had any thoughts about your own interactions.
For myself, I'd say that I don't know, I felt like I kind of repeated the same thing over and over again.
I feel like you didn't. I feel like you, if anything, because as the client, I was kind of asking the same thing. I think it's a form of you like reaffirming the like I'm here for you type of thing. So I think you did it fine, no, perfectly fine. I'm assuming like in a proper session, like a next session, you would break it down a little more and it would get more detailed. But I think especially in a conversation like that, it's already so overwhelming that if you would have thrown at me a whole bunch of stuff, I probably even as the the fake client, I wouldn't have been able to probably answer that properly. So I think you did it right for
I think you
that
did good too.
boundary.
I will say that you did ask a lot of different questions. So I feel like maybe you should have asked, like, repeated, like, one of the questions. Because you said that you felt like you repeated it. I don't think you repeated it at all. I think you gave, like, a lot of different, like, segments for her to go into if she wanted to, like, explore the different questions that you asked. But I feel like maybe just repeating one of the questions to her just because she was, like, stuck on the, like, on, like, that aspect and, like, asking the question.
Mhm.
So I feel like maybe if you would have even repeated one of the questions just to give her, like, a chance to, like, think and answer it or, like, ponder over that question. But I think
It
you
was
did good.
reassuring.
I think you did good.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Um,
Definitely was good practice. I feel like I was definitely nervous and could have acknowledged the question more without answering. And I felt the same way. I was like repeating myself and kind of needed to like set the boundaries, which I didn't really cover. There was definitely some things I do differently, but it was good to listen to you guys too to see how you handled everything.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like it was really hard not to repeat the same thing or like to try like I was like, damn, like how do I not like I just was trying not to reject somebody because I just felt bad. Like, but I don't know. I guess it's hard to
yeah.
keep the professionalism in like
Mhm.
real settings.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so important that we don't like rehearse the conversation because Amelia, like you said, you felt like you kind of were repeating, and I think that might have been a common thing because I caught myself like I kind of went brain farted and I kind of repeated, but I think it shows that you take the time in making your response. So repeating in a way kind of also gives the client time to think again, like what Caitlin was saying about what they're asking. So it can bring out maybe something that they didn't mention the first time that they responded to the therapist. So I like everyone said, I think it's just really good practice and it allows us to kind of see how we would have to react in a situation where we're not expecting that type of topic, especially where there's like an ethical boundary that we have to
Right.
worry about.
I think I'm nervous about doing the pauses too. Like, how long is too long of a pause? Because I'm like thinking, okay, how do you respond professionally but still human at the same time? Like,
I
but
think
like,
Paola is a perfect example of like
Yeah.
I like she there's like there's always like kind of like a rushed response. There's like a more paused response, but I feel like Paola really like got down that like pause, I'm thinking, I'm listening to you kind of thing. Like you wanted to pause, but also show that you're actively listening. So yeah.